In a speech marked by firmness and clarity, British MP Robert Lowe ignited debate by strongly condemning a practice that, according to him, should be completely eradicated: the slaughter of animals without prior stunning, a method still legally permitted under religious grounds. From the outset, Lowe made it clear he would not soften his position. His speech, blunt and unfiltered, struck at the core of a topic many politicians prefer to avoid: the clash between religious freedom and animal welfare. For Lowe, there is no room for nuance. He called it what it is: not farming, but torture. With a steady voice and a firm expression, he described in detail what happens inside some slaughterhouses in the country: fully conscious animals having their throats cut with no anesthesia or stunning method whatsoever. The animal doesn't die instantly, he stated. It writhes, gasps, panics, feels every second. It's a full minute of pure agony, of senseless pain. For the MP, this is not a matter of faith, but of basic ethics. Lowe expressed deep pride in being a farmer, in raising animals with dignity and respect from birth until the end of their lives. That is why, he explained, he cannot remain silent while thousands of animals in the UK are subjected to horrific deaths under the protection of a law that allows religious exemptions. If I did the same thing on my farm, he said, I'd be jailed. But if it's done in a halal or kosher slaughterhouse, it's legal. Where's the justice in that? To him, this reveals a double standard: strict regulations for farmers, yet absolute permissiveness in religious slaughterhouses. We have inspectors, rules, forms, standards for everything: how to feed, how to transport, how to house. Everything is regulated, except how they die if a religious exemption is invoked. It's absurd. One of the most alarming aspects, according to Lowe, is the secrecy. Most British citizens have no idea that much of the meat they consume comes from this type of slaughter. Supermarkets don't label it, restaurants don't mention it in their menus, and schools don't inform about it in their canteens. We're deceiving consumers, he warned. Millions of people are eating halal meat without knowing, without giving consent, because our labeling system is deliberately opaque. And he went even further. Not only did he call for a total ban on non-stun slaughter, but also a thorough review of what qualifies as acceptable stunning under the halal system. He pointed out that even when an electric shock is used beforehand, it is often of such low intensity that it merely stuns the animal, something he considers insufficient and still cruel. This isn't just about whether stunning occurs or not, he insisted. It's about the level of suffering. And what we're allowing today is brutality disguised as tradition. Even anticipating the backlash, Lowe remained firm. He clarified that his argument is not aimed at attacking any particular faith, but at challenging a practice that is incompatible with the modern values of the United Kingdom. Freedom of religion should not include the right to inflict unnecessary pain on a living being, he said. Because if we truly believe we are a nation that loves animals, it's time to act accordingly. Citing figures during his speech, Lowe noted that in 2024 alone, more than 214 million animals were slaughtered for halal consumption in the UK, of which 27 million were killed without any form of stunning. The rest, he said, were subjected to what he called weak and ineffective attempts to reduce suffering. We are talking about a system that allows mass, legalized suffering, backed by the state. This is, plain and simple, institutionalized butchery. To conclude his address, Lowe issued a moral challenge. This isn't a fringe issue. It's not a minor matter. It's an open wound in our legislation. If we truly want to be consistent with the image of a civilized and compassionate country, we can no longer allow this. It's time to completely ban non-stun slaughter, and also those practices that feign compassion but perpetuate suffering. Because animal dignity cannot be optional, it must be law. In a strategic move that blended political messaging with media pressure, Nigel Farage, leader of Reform UK, stood before the cameras to claim a victory that, in his words, does not belong to the Labour Party, but to his own movement, and he didn't mince words. The recent policy reversal on winter payments to pensioners was, according to him, a direct result of pressure from Reform UK. The location chosen for his statement was no coincidence: a conference in Port Talbot, a town symbolic of Britain's deindustrialization, where Reform UK is trying to establish itself as the new alternative for those who feel abandoned by the traditional parties. There, Farage accused Labour of backtracking on its original plan, and which would have excluded millions of retirees from the subsidy, and simply because they are frightened by Reform UK's unstoppable momentum. The decision to restore these payments is not an act of goodwill or social justice, he declared. It's a desperate move by a government in panic. They know we're gaining ground, that people no longer believe them, and that Reform UK represents a real threat to their electoral dominance. The program in question, known as winter fuel payments, is a key source of support for millions of pensioners during the harshest months of the year. Under the new changes, all elderly people in the UK earning up to £35,000 per year will once again automatically receive this financial aid, £200 per household and up to £300 for those over 65-80. Those exceeding the income threshold will still receive the payment, but will be required to pay it back later through the tax system, either via payroll deductions or income tax declarations. Farage didn't just celebrate this reversal as a political win, he used it as proof that Reform UK is already shaping the national debate, despite not yet holding a dominant position in Parliament. We've forced the system to respond. We've shown that real opposition, not the fake kind like the Conservatives, can deliver results before even taking power. Today, 9 million pensioners owe us a clear answer, he said, but the Reform UK leader didn't stop there. He seized the moment to launch a new campaign pillar, the reindustrialization of Wales, with the reopening of steelworks as a symbol of national recovery based on real jobs, local production, and economic sovereignty. For Farage, the UK cannot rely on foreign powers for its steel, its energy, or its future. We are going to restore Wales's ability to produce, to export, and to sustain its economy with dignified work. No more subsidies to silence hunger. We want furnaces lit, factories running, and people working. This proposal fits into a broader narrative Farage has been building, a crusade against the political establishment that, according to him, has betrayed the ordinary voter in favor of globalist interests over national well-being. While Labour and the Conservatives trade blame, we deliver solutions. While they promise and cut, we pressure and achieve results. He even hinted that new figures will soon emerge from within Reform UK, particularly in Wales, who are poised to become future regional leaders. We're not improvising. We're building solid teams with people from the real world, business owners, workers, everyday citizens, not bureaucrats or recycled politicians. Very soon you'll see a Welsh candidate with the character and preparation to represent the industrial rebirth of this nation. In this way, Farage turned what at first seemed like a simple social policy announcement into a powerful electoral move. Not only did he claim credit for the policy shift, but he used it to reinforce the idea that his party is already influencing government decisions, even without holding power, and he closed with a warning that sounded more like a political threat than a prediction. The people are waking up. We won't stop until this country regains its pride, its industry, and its future. What today was a winter payment, tomorrow will be a national revolution. Reform UK is not a passing trend. It's here to stay. Both topics we've covered today, and from the controversy surrounding non-stun animal slaughter to the political battle over winter payments, reveal something very clear. The United Kingdom is entering a phase of direct confrontation between the way things have always been and what a new political force is determined to change. While some prefer to look the other way for fear of causing discomfort, others, like Robert Lowe and Nigel Farage, have chosen to speak without filters, address uncomfortable truths, and challenge the system from within. And whether we like it or not, their message is shaping the public agenda. What do you think? Do you agree with Lowe's stance on animal welfare? Do you believe Farage truly forced the government to reverse course on pensioner subsidies? Or was it just political opportunism? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you. And if you found this content interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a like so more people can discover these topics that few dare to address. See you in the next video.